Please, the show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
We live. We live. Yeah.
With niggas, I mean nigga people. Oh Lord.
I'm not gay no more. I am delivered. I don't like men no more. I said I like women. Women. I'm not gay. Would have been swallowed up. Have you ever been swallowed up? Have you gone through a time of swallowing where everything was overwhelming and you were at your wits' end?
Pouring up your presence. We need an outpouring of your love. Jesus! Jesus! Come by here, Lord. Come by here.
I feel it tonight, y'all. God's about to do it. Get up and walk. Get him out of here. Glory. That's all right. Some of y'all looking for your miracle to walk. When the Bible said we gonna mount up, I believe.
That's the show, Dada!
The last 7 days have been totally insane, but we made it. Now buckle up and get ready for the most organic conversation on the internet with your hosts, the Force, the King, the Kamikaze, the Great and Terrible. Up to it, down to it. Pour a glass and talk some trash. Welcome to the show, and thank you for tuning in. We hope you have a good time tonight right along with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and tell a friend. Let's go up to it.
Yeah. We live. We are all the way live. What a day.
Yo.
What a day. What a week we got going on right now. We are live. What's good, everybody?
What's happening? What's happening?
What it do, baby?
Yeah, man, ain't no better place in the world to be than right here, live with your Friday Night Delights. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's good to know that we can still call you that. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the show. Welcome back to the most organic conversation on the internet. Up to it, down to it. We about to have a good time tonight. We about to talk a little bit. You know, I had somebody ask me earlier, they said, what is your show? What is the show like? What it's about, right? And I said, it's kind of like, you ever had, you and your friends, y'all just get together at a bar or at a spot or whatever. Y'all just get together, dab each other up, and just start talking about life. That's what this is like. So we invite y'all to come do that with us, man. Just have a good time with us. Join us in the comments. Let us know what you think about everything. Let us know where you think we're wrong. Let us know where you think we're right. We about to have a good time tonight. Enough from me running my mouth. We're going to get to these two incredible gentlemen right here in front of me, man. So let's get right to it. To my left, to your right on the screen, you know what it is, man. This dude is going viral every time we see him. He's breaking records. Every time we talk to him, he's doing something new. And we're always happy to hear from him, man. So without further ado, the immovable force, Kev, talk to us.
Please, no pictures. Please, no pictures. Oh my goodness. When I tell y'all, this has been the wildest 48 hours of my life. This has been the wildest 48 hours. Well, I mean, aside from the loud one back there coming into the world, because that was a whirlwind too. However, musically, this has been the wildest week of my life. But shout out to God for the gift of music and the gifts that He's given me, because I know that we're not in this position had it not been for the way that He's blessed me. So we did a Kalani song folded. We did a warm up excuse me, this week in my honors choir rehearsal. And just like I just like to show what my students are doing, and how we're working in the classroom. And I put it up at lunchtime during work, and next thing I know, my phone was dead because the notifications didn't stop. I put my phone on do not disturb, went to bed one night, woke up the next morning to 500,000 views on a video, and now Kalani has responded and reposted it, and like the calls and texts and direct messages are coming in. um so all of this is a blessing. I presented my first ever session for Maryland's Music Fall Conference, and had world-renowned composer and arranger Roger Emerson sitting in on that, and I had no idea. And they said once it was done and he presented his session after mine, that he was still singing my praises. So God is definitely in the blessing business, and I'll take all of it that we can get. But again, working hard for kids, particularly those in the public school setting, because they deserve the same kinds of spotlights and opportunities. So it's been a wild week, but we will drink to those blessings. So what is in the glass? All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is Suavecito. Say it with me as we bring Hispanic Heritage Month to a close. Suavecito. All right, the Reposado Cristalino. All right, and when like the bottle says very smooth, and I can promise you one thing, they did not lie about that. This thing is smooth. All right, and we gonna call it NyQuil, because after you drink a little bit, it's gonna put you out. You understand what I'm saying? However, comma, I'm gonna do my best to make it through this show while we celebrate it. We're gonna make what we call a Cuba Libre, all right, which is tequila mixed with Coke or Pepsi. Pepsi is what I got, so that's what we're rolling with. Even though I'm a Coke person, Coca-Cola, not lines of Coke. Let's not get carried away. So that's what we on tonight. Let us know what you're drinking in the comments, even if that's water. All right, long as it's not Aquafina. Unless Aquafina, y'all ready to talk because I'm viral. All right. Then that's the best thing we've ever had, man. But pour a glass, text a friend, tweet a friend, X a friend, threads a friend. And let's get ready to have a good show. Glad to be here with y'all fellas, man. Let's chop it up.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Let's get it,
yeah.
man. Yes,
Kevin the
sir, man.
building.
Always good to hear that good testimony, my brother.
Yes, sir.
That's what's up, man. That's what's
Yes,
up.
sir. Yes, sir. And now the moment we've all been waiting for. After a long, tough week, you need to get some inspiration. So we're going to hear right now, real quick, from the inspirational King Rich. My brother was good. Tell the people. Got to tell the people. What's
Man,
on
what's
your
good,
mind?
everybody? What's good? What's good? I'm actually still trying to wake up. All right. And some of y'all might be too. You woke up from a nice little nap and you're like, all right. We had that age. Okay. We had that age. But guess what? I'm still doing fine, just like some wine, getting better with time. And hope y'all are too. I'll be quick, man. This week has just been a super busy week, man. I just been focused on working, man. Just focus on work, 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 work. Yeah, I got that work, right? Like left and right things keep happening, and you just got to keep working. But the other thing I'm gonna touch on, man, is that talent, man. And Kev, I'm proud of that guy. Proud of his students, proud of all the achievements that he's doing, that his kids are committed to doing, man. And I'm glad that some light is being shined on it. I think that we have to allow our talent to shine forth. We have to make sure that we don't just dim that light, dim that talent, and hide it away. When you're good at something, man, you got it. You don't know who's going to be touched by it, affected by it. You don't know who else is going to be encouraged by it. So definitely, man, keep going, keep recording, keep putting the talent out there. It's nothing but good vibes, positive energy, and that's what we need, especially in today's world. We need that positivity. We need those good vibes. So I encourage everybody. to go ahead and let that talent shine. If you are talented in musically, vocally, as far as like speech or let that talent shine, man. If you paint, if you good at math, whatever it is, let it be heard, let it be known. Don't shy away. Put it out there, and make it happen. Tonight, my talent is going to be drinking this beautiful clear substance called water agua. Okay, and this is the finest of purified water from that members mark. Shout out. Mm, Woo! There it is, right there. That's hitting the spot. I'm gonna be sipping on that all night, and then some. Stay healthy, stay hydrated. Like Kev said, whatever you're drinking on, as long as it's not Aquafina, and it's not. So, cheers. We're gonna have a good night. Let's get into it.
Let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. As a matter of fact, before we get into it, I'm gonna start off the night with some controversy, and this is I blame Kev for this. I blame Kev specifically for this. You may recall a few episodes ago, Kev was talking about the different types of Aquafina and how they have Aquafina in a can, and how it may not taste as bad. So lo and behold, I have located Aquafina in a can. All right. I got Aquafina in a can, and I'm about to try it out right here live. We about to try this out. We about to see if this
Wait.
is any good.
Again, I want to give the disclaimers around it. Okay. We were, this was the middle of summer at the DC Zoo after walking around with 4 and 5 year olds all day. So, put some context around it. We could have been extremely hot and dehydrated, and that could have been it. However, I still feel like the can was better. So go ahead, my brother.
We're gonna try. We doing death defying things right here. Yeah, man. We found it. I found it. That's right.
At least y'all know I
Here we
wasn't lying
go.
about it.
Yeah, listen, I was straight up thinking like I've never seen that before. Aquafina in the can. What are we talking about? I was out last week with Savannah, and she said, "Hey, isn't that stuff Kev was talking about?" And here we are. So here we go, y'all. We about to find out for sure if this Aquafina in a can is worth the price. Because it's also a lot more expensive. It costs a lot more too.
Wow.
Here we go. Drum roll, please.
Call the doctor.
It's still pretty terrible.
This tastes awful. This tastes awful. That plastic. What you got? What you got there? Is that a cape? Like giant brand or something?
No,
Well,
I told you that's members mark right there for all
members
those.
mark.
Yeah, that's
Now,
the
now
same club right there, buddy.
What do you put in water to make it taste bad?
I feel like they put I feel like they put the taste of water in the water. Yeah, like
Whose water tastes like this?
you know,
Your
like
irrigation is jacked up.
like if you ever I'm trying to think what movie is that with Always Be My Maybe, and when she was dating Keanu Reeves and they went to the restaurant and they was like, it was a monochrome salad with like, it was the taste of Caesar salad. It wasn't even a Caesar salad. It was just like something that had the taste of Caesar. Like that's what I feel like.
This is like
Aquafina has the taste of water.
Man,
it's a random liquid flavored with
It's
water.
it's what someone who never had water would think water tastes like.
yikes.
Now, in super
Yeah,
fairness, my can was
that's pretty
silver. So
accurate.
again, I don't know.
You said cap was silver. This cap silver.
No, the can, the whole
Oh, the
can.
can was silver. Okay, the whole can was silver.
So maybe it's a DC exclusive. kind of like Uncle Nearest did a like a Black History partnership with 10-to-1 rum and put that together. You know what I'm saying? And I was like,
that's
oh,
probably
this is
fire.
fantastic. So I thought 10-to-1
Yeah.
rum would be fantastic too. And it's disgusting.
Well, when you're dehydrated and you're exhausted and just at your whim,
Went around
uh,
towels.
I think that anything might taste uh, it's somewhat delicious when you're
It was
when you're starving.
it was a mirage. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's one of those things where you're like you just needed something.
It's the ugly chick at the end of the night in the
Like I don't.
club.
I think you know. I think I think
The one
drinking
that
from the
you know we're
pond in
taking the L
the
for.
DC
This
streets
is the drink we know we're
probably
taking the L for.
It's what Jamie Foxx said. I'm leaving with something.
Oh
This
man,
is
nah,
this shit.
that was
This shit here
that
is
was
definitely
Denzel, wasn't it?
something.
That was
Oh
Denzel.
yeah,
That was Denzel. I'm
It was
leaving with
Denzel.
something.
I'm not calling him Denzel.
I'm,
I'm not calling him Denzel.
we
I keep that shit.
for
All right.
those who might be
we are
confused,
absolutely
we're talking about
we are
Denzel.
absolutely not doing that. That's like
We're not calling
when
you Denzel.
Denzel.
when Usher was singing nice and slow and was like 7 o'clock on the dot. I'm in my drop top. Who's in the streets? No, sir.
No,
It's cruising.
no,
It's
it's
cruising.
Yeah, I
cruising the
know.
I don't.
streets.
We changed the words for you. It's
Yeah.
okay.
No,
Yeah.
don't do that. Don't do that. Don't ever do
No,
that.
y'all gonna stop that. Who's in the street? That wasn't even a thing. That's not even how we talked back then.
Yeah. You were
That's not
in your
even how we
car,
talked
sir.
back
You
then.
were literally cruising the streets.
You were cruising the street in your car. That was the whole point of in your drop top. What you think drop top mean?
I mean, cruise the streets.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, he was having
There's
fun.
some Gen Z interpretation right there. You know what I'm saying? No context clues. No context clues. It sounds like something we would say. Who's in the streets? That must be what he said.
He must have been walking
That's what the hell
Baltimore
he
Street.
said.
He was walking Baltimore Street at that point.
Not so much a cruise. Maybe not. All right. Oh my gosh. Go off in the comments, man. Let us know what y'all drinking. And is it better? What's the odds that it's better than this canned Aquafina? All right. I'm measuring everything tonight by whether or not it's better than this canned Aquafina.
I'm sorry on behalf of myself. I'm sorry.
Mm.
That was terrible. That was really terrible. it's like
Aquafina,
so
we were rooting for you.
I was trying Aquafina. We started out, we were just talking shit. At first. We were just kind of talking shit, but then y'all went out here, y'all y'all know that water that cruise lines push out of the boat in the middle of the water. It's like if you get the water that didn't have the cruise line shit in it and mix in the cruise line shit, drop this bottle in there and chill it. Basically, that's what this tastes like here. This tastes like the cruise ship waste and real water.
Fina.
It tastes like unrealized potential.
Mm. I don't know why, but it just made me think of like recycled water. That's what the Aquafina is. It's
Water that's already
recycled.
been drank.
It's recycled
drank.
water. It's
Sad.
recycled.
Sad state of affairs. Sad state of affairs.
Oh no! Okay.
From the tap. It's
Aquafina, y'all
recycled
got to do better.
from the tap.
Isn't Aquafina a Pepsi company too? Is Aquafina Pepsi?
Yeah, sadly.
God damn it, Pepsi! Come on, man. I like Pepsi. I like Pepsi over Coke.
I actually like Coke over Pepsi.
I was about to say I'm not. You
like
on an
Pepsi.
island by yourself there.
To be fair, I drink Diet, and Diet Pepsi is better than Diet Coke. I think.
Okay, I would know nothing about that. So
just to be
because
full
Sprite.
transparency.
Yeah, because Sprite is better than Sierra Mist or whatever they're peddling as. Yeah.
Yeah, Sprite is better than everything that tries to be Sprite. I agree.
The hood housing.
Man, I've had a lemon a lemon lime soda
Lemon lime
na-
soda.
named lemon
Nameless.
lime soda
Nameless soda. I love it.
that
Yeah,
I
I think
thought was better than Sprite.
yes, I think Safeway Select lemon lime is better than Sierra Mist.
Oh man,
I would agree with that. I'd agree with that. Oh, you know what else is good too? 7 Up, man. People be sleeping on 7 Up. Seven
Oh,
Up
for
is dope.
sure, for
Yeah,
sure.
7 Up is pretty good.
dang, I ain't
Yeah,
had 7 Up in I don't know how long.
yeah,
Yeah, y'all remember that commercial? Make 7 Up yours.
for
Oh
sure,
yeah,
for
oh
sure.
yeah,
What a time to be alive.
oh yeah.
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 Jay, you get it. Yeah, 7 Up, man. 7 Up was lit.
Listen,
7 Up was lit.
listen. Life brought its set of struggles. When I found myself drinking Mountain Breeze, I was like, hey, this might this might be a low point. Like if you got to drink Mountain Breeze, you probably don't deserve soda. I just like,
Yeah, at that
Is
point,
that
you
is
just,
that is that?
don't even.
yeah, it's not Mountain Dew, it's Mountain Breeze.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Was it an
Yeah,
off-brand
yeah,
Mountain Dew? It's exactly what you think it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just got to make some better choices here. Yeah,
Anyway, Mountain Breeze. Aquafina needs to learn some things from Mountain Breeze, apparently. So, because wow,
yeah.
wow.
Even the bag cereals, man. They were like Cocoa Rockies. They wasn't fruit
Mm,
rings. It's not. It
mm.
don't.
Hey, Fruit Rings is lit.
what
But
was that?
they
Fruit
ain't
Rings
loops
is
though.
lit.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't loops.
No,
What
They
was
they
that
no,
off
they
brand
they
fruit?
lit though.
they fruit here. Damn rings, not fruit engagement rings. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm tired of
Well,
hearing you nag me. So here, damn fruit ring.
the Apple Ring cereal instead of Apple Jacks. Those are,
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Like, because they basically are all Fruit Loops anyway.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Apple Jacks, Fruit Loops, and all the other. They're basically all the same shit. you know, it's a
Jay Owen,
psyop.
spot on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Yeah.
none of that. I feel like none of that was scientific, but sure enough, would try to chug a 2 liter and then get it popping.
Listen, man. 2 liter a day keeps the wait. What?
It
Wait.
keeps the
What?
babies away.
or whatever that nursery rhyme is. All right. All right.
if
Oh
if you
man.
if you are new here, none of this is programmed into the show.
Nope. Nope.
We
This is what
live.
I said earlier. This is just us getting together, and this is if we all link together in person. This is kind of how it goes. Like, oh man. Speaking of which, before we get into actual subject, because we do got some viewer submissions on deck. We got a hell of a conversation on deck during our discussion for tonight about women and accountability. So stay tuned for that one. You're definitely going to want to text and call some of your friends up. Not y'all, because y'all are all perfect. Like we all say, y'all are all perfect and y'all are all going to heaven, right? And everybody it should be watching you for a shiny example, right? Jesus Christ our Lord and you is who we should all be watching. But them bald head scallywag friends of yours, y'all know who I'm talking about. You're gonna want to tell them to jump on to listen to this conversation we got tonight. Anyway, and then later on we're gonna talk a little bit about a real weird thing that I heard about men in their 30s with no kids being a red flag. We
Please don't piss me off. Please don't. Please don't piss me off.
we're gonna wait till we've had a couple of drinks in our system to get to that one.
Cool,
Okay.
cool.
We'll wait till that. But that's what we got going on tonight. But a quick current event that's celebratory, as we like to do. Big shout out to the WNBA champion. 3 out of 4, right? 3 years out of the
Three out of
last
four.
4.
3 out of 4.
3 out of the last 4. The Las Vegas Aces won yet again a championship. Big shout out. And arguably the best player in the league, Asia Wilson, who became the first basketball player in history to hit a game-winning shot over a married couple.
Well, way to keep it in the family.
You both take this L at the same time. Y'all both can go home and lick each other's wounds. Wait, what?
Wait.
Wait, what?
Wait. I was just about to put my glasses back on and I gotta throw them again. What are we doing here? What are we doing? What are we doing here?
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The jokes write themselves. I'm
Uh,
sorry. But no, but seriously though, shout out to the Aces. They did their
Mm.
thing. Um, Also, shout out to the White Tiger Power from last night and 40-year-old Joe Flacco in the Bengals White Tiger uniforms. Them shits is hard, by the way.
they
I
are.
like
They
that.
are.
Definitely.
That White Tiger stripe shit is tough, man.
I might have to get a Jamar Chase one because I'm an LSU fan. So like
That
that.
man
Yeah,
But
balling.
the only thing is you
Balling.
can't keep white clean. That's the only thing. Like
no,
you have it, but it's got to just hang. Like that's
yeah,
and hang under that like the same stuff that our grandmothers put on the sofa. Like it's got to be under that. You
that
know.
extra hard plastic
The
turn
extra thick,
page.
yeah, extra thick, extra hard, no, no Diddy,
Right, right.
plastic cover on your jersey,
Mm.
That shit is fire though. But they did their thing. They did what's important, and they made sure that the Steelers lost.
for
My
sure.
Ravens are struggling right now. We down in the basement. We was 1-5. The
It's,
disrespect.
It- you know, it's
I
terrible.
bet you, yeah, I bet you they'll appreciate Lamar Jackson a little bit more though.
Hey, how about listen? Who knew he was hitting the ball and dragging Charlie the whole time? You know what I mean?
Man,
Mm.
listen. It's like
Legit.
LeBron leaving Cleveland. You just ain't appreciate what you got till it ain't there.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So they struggling, but shout out to team number one, which is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Bucks are doing their thing. Baker Mayfield
Is the
is out here
MVP
looking
right
like
now?
college Baker Mayfield. Yes, he
Yeah,
is MVP right now. He looking like college
Definitely
Baker, man.
balling.
And
I'll give him that.
my guy, Ibuka, man, Mecca Ibuka. I like him. Man. I liked him coming out of college, man. I liked him in the preseason. Everything I saw, and he's learning from Mike Evans very, very, very quickly. So they got a squad. They dangerous. The defense is playing inspired. Baker Mayfield's playing like he wants to be the NFL MVP, like he believes he can be. And, so it's exciting down there in Tampa Bay. We ain't been this excited in Tampa since it was Tampa Bay. You know what I'm saying?
Mm.
So we'll take it. We'll take it. NFL also is still gay because they set up Bad Bunny for the halftime show. I don't care what any of you say. The halftime show's gay. All right. Where's the? I need an In Living Color halftime show break like they did. Oh, remember? Y'all remember that they done an episode of In Living Color at the same time as the halftime show. We need one of those. I need one of those again.
Uh, as the pure, I guess it's a pure business move because I not even hip. I guess hip. I don't even know who Bad Bunny is, but apparently he's got a lot of followers. Got a lot
Oh,
of people.
listen, I know who Bad Bunny is.
No, you do.
I
School teacher.
and Bad Bunny got hits. And the crazy part is like,
It's
if you've been, which I know we ain't really club people, but like, if you been in certain spots, like you done heard some and people don't even realize, like, because even for me, like a lot of artists, I know they music, but I don't know who the artist is. Like he's one of the ones where like when you hear him start to rattle off the songs, you can be like, dang, that's him. Dang, that's him. Dang, that's him. Like he got hits, he got a following. Like he's, what I'm saying, he's like an artist, who's very intentional about his art. So like I'm actually excited to see the performance. I feel like a lot of these, last Super Bowls, the artists have been very intentional about their presentations. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes you just get like a person up there and they just do the music. But like a lot of these artists have been very intentional about the way that they program their music and stuff like that. So I'll be very excited to see it. Um, it's gonna be a while.
I watch Bad Bunny in the ring again because I will say I didn't know who Bad Bunny was until he entered WWE a couple years ago.
Mm.
That ain't the kid can go in the ring. I ain't gonna lie. That's relative, I suppose, but the kid can go. You know what I'm saying?
Who knows? He might start it with a little pinfall.
Hey, you know. And then they get me to watch the first 2 minutes of the match of the match of the of the halftime show. Oh man. All right, let's get down to business, man. 9:30. Let's get right to it. I want y'all to take a look at this one. This was a viewer submission. We probably looked at it kind of generally speaking over the week, but yeah, y'all take a look at this. Get ready in the comments. Get your Twitter fingers together, chat. Let's talk.
As a man, how do you lead in a marriage a dominant wife that's healing with past trauma and struggles with submission?
If you want a woman to submit to you, you do it first, right?
Come on, servant leadership.
So a lot of times,
Come on, Nate.
a lot of times, what happens is, as men, we lean on that verse in the Bible that says, "Wives, submit yourselves to your husband," right? And we totally disregard the verse that says, "Submit yourselves one to another as unto Christ." Right? So as a man, if you want a dominant woman to know what it looks like to submit, you submit to God and you also submit to her. Serve her in ways that a man has never served her before, and I promise you, you will unlock a part of her that she has never had unlocked. A lot of times for a woman, the reason why she doesn't want to submit is because she doesn't feel safe enough to do so. So my encouragement to you would be submit to God and submit to her in ways that she's never had a man submit to her before, and you will unlock a version of her that you've never seen before.
You're absolutely right. I got some of my best results in my marriage when I led by example. When I did first what I'm expecting or requiring from my wife. I submit first. I submit to her as the neck, and she submits to me as the head, and we both submit to Christ together. This is a partnership. It ain't no dictatorship. I'm gonna help wherever I see fit. She gonna help wherever she see fit. Teamwork make the dream work. It ain't gotta be as hard as we make it sometimes. What's y'all thoughts?
We're sick people.
Okay. So what I gathered from that long story short was if you have a woman who is a more dominant, has a more dominant attitude, dominant style, you want her to be submissive. And what you should do as a man, what we should do as men is submit to them first, submit to them and show them what submission to them looks like. And the scripture cited there was submit yourselves one to another as unto Christ. Gentlemen, your thoughts?
Well, I mean, so you might hear some people say, I don't have time to be teaching, yada, yada, yada. I mean, the first thing that came to my mind is you can take it from do unto others as you want others to do unto you. So, I mean, yeah, like I'm not gonna, I'm gonna, take it from the beginning. I'm do unto you as I want you to do unto me. So, now the key thing he said was healing from past trauma. Like you got into a marriage with somebody that's unhealed. I mean, you are asking you already should know you got a lot of work that is that's maybe not your responsibility, but it like you signed up to be a partner in that. So so yeah, it's like there's a lot that comes along with that. If you've decided to be there in that for that and whatever that looks like. You got to do the work up front. Otherwise, I mean, you got into that partnership, that marriage, you got into it, and so you made your bed. Go ahead and sleep in that bed. So yeah, I believe you do unto others as you want others to do unto you. We are, we got to lead, by example. So I'm definitely, going to lead by example. I'm not saying that you got to sit there and be some kind of punching bag or anything, but that's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna disagree with anything that Rich is saying. In my mind, I would wonder like if a woman is not willing to submit, then do I even want to take the time to first submit to her? Like I don't I would venture, at this big age, like, much like you said, like we're not training you to like be a better person prior to the commitment. You know what I'm saying? Like I want you to be who you are, so like I'd imagine that if somebody is going into a scenario with a open mind, open heart, open whatever, like why would you not want to be submissive to start out? Like why are you hardened right away? Why do you want to be combative right away? Like why, you know, and I'm not saying that a person shouldn't like show improve their character. However, like you should not be going out your way to make it hard for somebody to, you know, like be with you and be around you. And I got a feeling of that. And in that, like you're so hard and you just refuse to submit, and you're like, oh no, I can't do that because I've always had to blah 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 blah. And it's kind of like Rich said, if you haven't healed from stuff, then even though you can say I'm looking for this and I want to be this and I want to have this and I'm open to whatever, like your actions are going to show that, because your willingness to be open is a form of submission. Like I don't have all the answers, so I should be willing to listen to a person who has some answers and fresh perspective, because it's not all going to come from me. So that's what I got from that.
I mean, that song, "How Did We Get Here?" That song just popped up. Like, how you even get married if you with somebody that's not willing to submit? Because I feel like that's like the foundation of getting married. Like, how did you even get married without even like this whole submission? Like, did you like? I mean, hey, listen, there are also people that just get married on a whim or uh what are those things, arranged marriages or something, or maybe you were still in this honeymoon phase for a long time. You never went through anything, never went through any real life events or circumstances that caused you to have to deal with. Some people get with some people get with people, and they just wanted just roses and fireworks all the time, and they never really go through anything until you get to a point where you have to go through something. And that's where you really get to see how a person truly is in that hard time, that tough time. um I mean, that's I don't know, this is wild to me because I'm not about to sit here and marry somebody that I never knew that they were this way, that I never knew that they had this trauma, or I never knew, like, how does this question even come up? Like, what 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 are you doing?
Yeah. 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 Agreed, bro. So we try to break this down all the way. No. I understand what bro is trying to say. And I think a lot of people make this mistake. I understand what he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is what you said earlier, LB. You want to treat other people the way you want to be treated, right? If you want somebody to, cater to you, then you should. It would be in your best interest to also cater to them, right? If you want somebody to, rub your feet, it'd be, good for you to occasionally rub their feet also, right? And so on and so forth. So I understand what he's trying to say. What he's trying to say is what the Bible actually says, which is, husbands, love your wives as Christ loves the church and gave his life for it. That's what he's trying to say. right? And if you love somebody, you love something so much that you're willing to give your life for it, then I needless to say you'd be willing to do other things for it also, right? Other things that they need also, right? The ultimate commitment is giving your life for it, right? I think we can agree on that, right? So the problem is though, what he and the world, what they say is wrong. And this goes to the points that you guys were just making. It's not about submitting to each other. Submission is a posture. Submission is it's a body language. And in fact, I looked this up earlier. Give me a second. Um, Biblically, to submit is a voluntary yielding to authority or order, not forced servitude or slavery. Okay, so I'm gonna say it again. It's voluntary yielding to authority or an order. Voluntary yielding, right? So again, being submissive is a posture. So if you have a woman who is not submissive, so being submissive is not an action, it's a posture. They can do submissive things and not be submissive. You know what I'm saying? They get, I'm submissive. I cook them dinner a couple nights out the week. Yeah, but every time when you cook dinner, you mad. You can tell that you're upset that you got to be in the kitchen. You're mad that you got to do this and you got to do that. It's not part of your ministry. You're mad that you don't get enough help in here and all that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that that's not legit. I'm not saying that guys we shouldn't lift a finger. We absolutely should lift a finger. Again, love them the way Christ loved the church, which means do anything for them that they need, right? But submission is it's a posture, it's deference. It's like if you relate it to like the frat, right? When you're young in the frat, you show deference, you show respect, you show submission to the elder bros, the elder ones, the ones that came first. You show that automatic deference. It's a posture of submission. That's the same thing with your woman. So if you have a woman that is not submissive, well, let me go back also to the Bible. Proverbs 21, verse 9 says, "It is better to live in the corner of the roof than to share a house with a quarrelsome wife." That would be one of them women with masculine energy. That'd be one of them women, that's dominant, like they said, right? Proverbs 25:24 says, "It is better to dwell in the corner of the housetop, in the corner of the attic, than with a brawling woman in a mansion." Or a big house. There's a White House and a big house, right? It's better to be in the corner of an attic than to have a mansion with a quarrelsome, a masculine energy, a divisive, a dominant woman. The Bible wanted to make sure that you understood that. That's why they said the same thing basically twice in two separate chapters, right? And if that weren't enough, Proverbs 9, chapter 13 says that a foolish woman is clamorous. She is simple and knows nothing, for she sits at the door of her house on the seat of the high places of the city. In other words, she will drain you if she is a foolish woman. So if that is the type of woman that you're with, again, back to the point that they made, if that's a woman that you're dealing with, you brought this on yourself. So the answer is not how do I get my woman who's not submissive to be submissive. The question is how do you get a submissive woman? Because a submissive woman is a posture, and if she doesn't have that posture, chances are she's not submitting to God. If she can't submit to her husband, there's a high probability she's going to struggle submitting to God. If you can't submit to your husband who you can see, how can you submit to a God who you can't see? I ain't say that. I didn't say that. That's in the word. I'm just saying. I'm just
which
saying.
is
I ain't say
which
it. I ain't say it.
which is a level of crazy because the prayer is always, God send me a man, God send me a husband, God send me
Right.
somebody who's for me and cares for me and loves me, and but we got to put it on a t-shirt. There is no protection
Protection without
without
correction.
correction.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So
Yes, sir.
everybody wants Sierra's prayer but ain't paying attention to how Sierra lets Russell lead.
That part. That part. That part. It's a willful. a willful submission, a willful voluntary yielding to authority or order, right? Well, what's the order? God, husband, wife, kids. That's the order. That's the order. You know what I'm saying?
And order is
So
structure.
if she's the dominant one, if she's out in the front, then she's already out of order.
And and order is structure. And that's not a bad thing, Like we people crave structure. People crave routines and like discipline is important. These are not bad things.
That's right.
And listen, drainage isn't necessarily a bad thing either. It just depends on the type of drainage.
He always got one. There's always one. But however, how and ever, comma, how and ever, comma. All right, I'm just saying significant drainage, you know, saves marriages.
Significant drainage.
Significant drainage saves marriages. All right, fellas, that's you too. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
All right. I'm just saying though. It saves marriages. We might have to talk about that next week or next time, next episode.
Just depends on what's getting drained. That's all. What part of
Yeah.
it, is
Is she
It-
draining you or is she draining you?
you know.
QTNA.
You know, gotta keep the main thing, gentlemen. No, but seriously, should you lead by example? Yes. Going back to the point of the video, should you lead by example? Absolutely. But y'all stop listening to these simps who's running around here telling you that you need to be submissive to your wife. That is not the direction, fellas. That is not the direction. It's not. Okay. They have a posture. We have a posture. That's not our posture. If you don't believe me, just look at society today. This is what happens when we have submissive men. I'm just saying. Just saying. Weak men create hard times. All right. That's all I got on that one. Let's where we at? 50? Let's move to this next one real quick. Get right to it. Let's get into tonight's discussion, man. We're talking a little bit about accountability. Talking a little bit about accountability. Um, and I saw 3 videos that were kind of related to it, and I'm gonna share them with you. But I think this guy kind of breaks down, in my opinion. I think he breaks down pretty well. Um, one of the reasons, well, some of the reasons why some women, not any of you, of course, just your bald head scallywag friends, why some women struggle with accountability. So, with no further ado, let us also get ready to pour our glass and talk a little bit of trash. Matter of fact, where's my glass? I didn't tell y'all too. I'm drinking on some. I got a little bit of wine over here too. I had to rinse out the taste of that god awful Aquafina. had to get rid of that. So yeah, but that's this wine is gonna help with that. This wine in this here garden that I got sitting right here in front of me is gonna help me with that. But anyway, no more further ado. Let's get. What'd you say?
I was sitting there wondering what that Aquafina water would turn into, what type of wine it would turn into. And
it's kind of turned into something because Lord, that water is clear as water. It tastes like it's about this dark though. It's crazy. All right, no further ado. Let's get ready for tonight's discussion. Pull it up in the comments.
What if the issue is not that women don't accept accountability? What if their relationship with accountability is just a little bit different than ours?
I'm going to be so honest with you guys on why women don't apologize and that they don't take accountability. It's because in their little delusional minds, they believe that your reaction was the problem instead of her behavior that caused it. Right?
Really been loved?
No.
No. And do you think you really have experienced loving someone?
Yes.
You have?
Yeah.
And when you can't get that love back?
What I learned, it's not that I'm not lovable, it's that they're not capable.
They can't love.
They don't have it in them. They need to appreciate the little person inside of them.
When I say to you, you did this, their initial response is not based on the fact of what I'm pointing out that they did wrong. Their initial response is the feeling that it's not that I'm saying that you did something wrong. They're interpreting and reacting to it as if I said something's wrong with them.
It's not what a man says to you that's the problem. It's what you said first that was the problem. What women need to understand, men are not going to be a weak, feminine little bitch and be all like, you hurt my feelings. I felt this way when you said this. That's gay as fuck. I'm not going to lie. So of course, he's going to tell you something like, oh, you're being overdramatic, or stop, or you're being sensitive, or whatever. That's him taking the lead. Are you really going to tell him not to? And don't fucking bullshit me with the, well, it's just my boundaries. Boundaries of what? A man telling you the truth? If you can't handle a masculine man, then just admit that. Just say that. But to sit here and try to act like he was the problem because he didn't let you get away with stuff?
Initially, she's like, what's wrong with me? And you'll hear when he's like, so now I'm not a good wife. Now I'm not a good girlfriend. Now I'm talking about the act, and you're making it about your identity.
They
Little
need to
to
love
give.
them. Yeah.
You've been in a relationship with
And
people.
they gave me what they had.
Right, but
they
it's not
gave me
enough.
all of it. Every time.
But it's this much. It's
All
a
the
little bit.
rings, all the things I could ever want.
Right.
They tried to give me the houses, the rings, the marriage, all of it. But
They didn't love you
they didn't,
and didn't know you.
and I didn't love myself.
Right. It's tough. This is some journey, right?
It is.
And you know, I was thinking about your music. Most of your songs are about love. They really are.
They're all about love.
If he was just a man that was using you, he would villainize you to other people. He would go to his friends or the internet and be all like, she's like this, da 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 da. But he told you. He directed it to you. Okay? And like, women, what is wrong with being humble? Like, sure, I think I'm fucking hot. I think I'm fucking cute. I think I have an amazing personality. But if I fucked up, I'm gonna fucking say it. And it's not because like, oh, I really need to keep this man. I need to do what he wants. No. You apologize because you know you did something wrong.
What if the issue is not that women don't accept accountability? What if their relationship with accountability is just a little bit different than ours?
We are sick people. We're working for the future, because working for the present, we ain't making no progress.
All right. So women, or do women have a different relationship, with accountability? They have a different relationship with accountability in that when you tell them something about what they are doing, a lot of them tend to default to that being a reflection of there being something wrong with them as opposed to them having done a wrong action. That's kind of the summary of what I got from that. Gentlemen, take it away.
I mean,
LB, you've been summoned.
you know, I'm not a woman, so I can't really answer that question. I mean, I could say what I've seen, and the first thing that comes to my mind is defense, defensiveness. Um, and of course, it's not all right. I dare to say it's majority. Uh, there's a defense mechanism, and it's like when you get told something or criticized, and maybe for some it's past trauma, maybe for some it's just they don't like hearing uh that they did something wrong or made a mistake, or um maybe that's something that was never really what they had to do. Hear me out. Here's what I'm saying. Because for some, they grow up and dad has always been that one to have them under that covering, and they never really had to take accountability or responsibility. So what does that even look like? I do think that it looks different. Um, I do think that it looks different. You know, when it comes to male and female. I think that it looks differently. We view it differently. Um, but I don't know, that word that just the defense mechanism kicks in, and I can say that maybe it is that you know even they get into this mode of, oh my gosh, you know what did I do, and you know how could you see me this way? I'm not this way, and they didn't really hear the action that you were talking about, and they internalize it as a personal attack and not the action. But I've also said on the podcast before, when it so sometimes we can just go off the cuff and not say what we actually mean. We don't necessarily find the exact words. So you, I am a fan of seasoning your speech with salt, right? I am a fan of, like, take a second, think about it, boom, then deliver. But even still, that still won't. A person is going to receive information how they receive information. Period. They're going to receive it. They're going to internalize it, based upon their perception, you know, their thought process, right? Um, and so yeah, like I said, I don't know how to answer his question. We should have had some ladies on for this one. Sound off in the comments, ladies.
Yeah, I
Uh,
think we definitely got one there in the comments.
the one thing that I do want to say real quick and touch on is with the whole J Lo thing. The thing that stood out to me was she said that she didn't love herself. So if you don't love yourself, that means how are you? There's you're setting it up for there to be problems, because then how are you able to then start to receive love? Like, how are you able to even recognize, you know, what what it looks like? You're saying, everything, they gave you everything, but they didn't love you. I, how do you even know what that looks like if you didn't even love yourself? So again, that's what I was talking about, that whole the traumas or the things internally where they received what was given differently than how it was meant.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
None of words or phrasing could change that until the receiver, you know asks those questions and changes how they think about, what was given to them. Like, you know, they need to the receiver needs to ask questions to make sure they understood what was really delivered to them.
No, what I was gonna say, I feel like it's kind of along those lines. When I feel like conversations are gonna be contentious, after I, say my piece, shout out to therapy. Then the question that follows is, okay, so now what did you hear? Um, because of, you know, like you said, if people are already defensive, they're gonna do what we do with the internet. You take a portion of a statement and you turn it into clickbait, to get the most extreme response out of a person. So you could say, hey, I didn't like when you did this. We had a discussion about, and we made a plan to, and blah, 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 blah. And what all they heard was, I didn't like that you did this, not the logic that went with it, not revisiting conversations that were had. They just heard, I didn't like that you, and that was it. So, this is a legitimate question. What did you hear me say? Like, and making sure that the way that they respond to that is actually what you said before addressing it, because we know how people are. People listen to respond, and not to understand, or at least not primarily to understand. So that's where a lot of those issues come from. And yeah, the J-Lo one had me gone, because first of all, you're having this conversation on the Howard Stern show. Like, that was destined to fail from the jump. But like, beyond our thoughts about Hollywood marriages for PR and whatever the case may be, like, to vow for better or for worse, for sickness and health, richer or poorer, till death do us part, with a person, and you say yes, and be like, I didn't love myself, or they didn't really love me. Like, so what the hell were you thinking when you said yes to the proposal? When you said yes to the marriage? So you got engaged, not thinking that they loved you, or not loving yourself. Like, you said, I do. I will spend the rest of my life with you, not thinking that they loved you. Like, that's crackhead behavior. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah, so I don't know. Sometimes I think certain people just think themselves into the stupid category, right? And they're just projecting. They're saying, well, did he really love me? And it's like, well, wait, are you projecting because did you really love yourself? And are you projecting that self hatred onto your partner? Are you are you really looking at the facts here? Are you really looking at the logic, or are you just going off in this, spaghetti spiral, and putting that onto, your partner, when it's really, you need to take a look inside, uh, yeah, that's all I got.
Hell, y'all was blessing me, man. I wasn't, I wasn't ready to add nothing. Y'all was clicking on all cylinders for real, man. Um, uh, well, before I say anything, let me go to this comment real quick, 'cause I think this is along the lines of what you guys were saying as well. Women that aren't accountable tend to be women who never had to be accountable before. It usually takes someone else to call them out on their shortcomings to make them consider something is wrong. Well, and I think that's true. Now, this goes back, I think, to what Kev said. I heard a quote a long time ago that went, I'm responsible for what I said, not for what you heard. I'm responsible for what I said, not for what you heard. Right? Now, I think that that's true to some extent. Now, older, wiser, had been to therapy and getting closer to God. Me, um, does believe that there is some truth in being responsible for what somebody hears. In other words, you need you need to be aware of how something we need to be aware of how something we say is taken by the women in our lives, right? We need to be aware of it. But with that being said, insecurity is a bad mofo. And ultimately, I think that feeling of, oh, you criticize me because really you hate me comes from a really I'm not good enough, really I'm about to be used, really all the bad stories I've heard from all these other people and all these horror stories. Oh my God, now I'm in the one, right? And so then when they respond, they're responding to all of that instead of responding to what you said. Richie brought up a great point, and that's that a person has to be willing to accept what is being said as it's just that. Okay. My wife is very accountable. I'm gonna brag on it real quick before I talk about it. My wife is very accountable. Okay. But my wife also struggled for a while with this same thing, where we had to have conversations where I would have to say to her, I in not so many words, I didn't say that. I said this. And then she explained, well, that made me feel like this. Okay, I understand that. It was not my intention. I didn't mean to make you feel like that, but also I didn't say that. I didn't mean to make you feel like that because I didn't say that. I said this, right? And it eventually she and she began to just take me at my word. Like, if I said I don't like this, it means I don't like this. It doesn't mean I don't like you. If I don't like you, I tell you I don't like you. You know what I'm saying? Um, and once she kind of eventually, once she like took hold of that, our communication has improved. And I believe she'd tell you the same thing. She testify to that also. Our communication became different. Now, my part in that was also understanding that me saying certain things a certain way triggers certain thoughts. So now I have to also adjust how I say some things now that I'm aware of that. And that's why I wanted to put that compilation together because there's extremes of it. There's one extreme of, full transparent accountability we saw with the young lady with the curly hair, right? We have the other end of almost no accountability in J-Lo. And then we have the guy kind of explaining why some women struggle between those two, right? And I thought that's exactly why I wanted to share that because we also have to understand that this is the case sometimes. And sometimes women feel what they hear. No, they hear what they feel. Women hear what they feel, whereas men tend to feel what we hear. Right? That's why a woman can break us down with some words real quick. Oh, that's why you ain't blah blah blah. That's why you struggle at your job. That's why you yada yada yada. Like those things. That's why those words hit us so hard because we feel what we hear, whereas women hear what they feel. Well, I'm preaching better. Y'all saying amen this evening. I'm trying to tell y'all something. Y'all, somebody drop some tokens in the chat. Somebody put a coin in the chat. I'm giving y'all some good stuff right now. But no, seriously. I think that is an important distinction. So now that we kind of know that, we can try to navigate the waters a little bit better.
Yeah. Oh man, where is that collection plate, man? Whew.
Pass the collection plate. You know what I'm saying? Give me a coin emoji in the chat. I need coin emojis or jewelry emojis or something depicting dollar sign emoji, the little smiley face with the tongue dollar sign
And
emoji.
the cash in the eyes.
Know what I mean? The cash in the eyes. Yeah. All They drop them in the chat. I need to see them in the chat. Oh man. Jokes.
The dad mode never ends. See, I finna take a little walk with me.
Okay. Hey, we going on a walk with
Come
Papa
with
Kev
me,
in the building.
and you'll be
In a state of
in a world of
inebriation.
accountability.
I say inebriation. See where my mind is at. Oh man. Well, all right. While he doing that, here we go. We got somewhat of a short one, real quick. This is another one that came through the feed here. Let me cue this up. Yeah, let's take a look at this one real fast. This is pretty interesting.
In Christianity, it's a thing where people praise the Son more than they praise the Father. And that's what I don't like. Okay. Because if we are man made in a likeness, Jesus is our brother. You get what I'm saying? Why would I drop down and praise my brother instead of praising my father? And that goes back to honoring your parents.
I just gotta say something.
What?
Have you read the Bible?
I read the Bible. I listen to the Bible. I receive from source straight.
I would say read it again.
Sir.
Let me ask you a question, right, Jack?
Oh.
uh,
oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy.
you know,
it's always amazing to see not Christians judge Christians. Not Bible readers, be Bible cherry pickers judge Bible readers. It's always fascinating. It's just fascinating to me.
see, I like what dang, his name escapes my mind. I know his name.
Jonathan Majors.
There you go. So
okay.
I like what Jonathan Majors said, because he didn't try to correct him or anything. He didn't. All he said was, "Read it again," and that goes back to what we were just talking about, right? Where it's basically that interpretation. Right now, that's his interpretation. So it doesn't even matter. Like they could have, and I haven't seen the whole clip, but that right there is just golden because you can sit there and watch something, once and get one interpretation of it, right? Excuse me, and then you go back. Might be the same, or you might, see something different. But you watch it again, or read it again, and you read it again, and it's just that umpteenth time where you go, oh snap! I never even I was watching a movie with the family, and it's a movie from my childhood. I can't even remember which one it is, but it turns out it's a lot of them, right? That you watch it now, and you're like, yo, I never even realized they put that in here,
Yeah.
And I think that's what he means by read it again. It's like, even if I give you the answer, or at least my interpretation of the answer, which, right? So it's it's meant for you to go read it again. Like, go read it again. Go read it again. Especially if you new on the scene, like, stop it. Go read it again. Go read it again.
Fair. Yeah. Fair point. Fair point. Fair point. What you think, Kev? What you thinking?
Uh, yeah, I don't think, Jonathan Majors did or said anything wrong. Which well, for one, Rich, that is the whole, I mean, it's not the whole like episode, but that's the interaction of that particular portion. And some people were kind of like getting on him saying he was being hard on was that NLE Choppa, young boy. I can't keep
Yeah.
up.
I know
But
his name.
but yeah, but saying he's being hard on him, and I don't think that's the case. Like you got in instances like this, you got to be clear. Just everything that you see on TV, everybody's sermon, everybody's, you know what I'm saying, like everybody's interpretation ain't valid. Um, all sermons aren't biblically based. People like to preach prosperity and not discipline or correction, and to never touch on like the hard topics or the hard subjects, will leave you lost. I even think about when people join the church in general. Like you say yes to Jesus as, your Lord and Savior, and people are like, "Oh, this is, going to be the greatest time of your life." Like, actually, that's not how I've any invitation I've given. I've been like, "Hey, listen, I want you to know that this is probably actually going to start some harder days because the decision you made makes somebody unhappy, and then they begin to attack. So like there's a reality that comes with being a Christian, being Christ-like, being a follower of Christ. Like the people who followed Christ were talked about. Christ was condemned and hated and chastised for being who he was. So to be a follower of that means that you're accepting of those things. So I thought that interaction was very necessary, but then also the challenge to like read it again. Because like of course we've been discussing changes over time, looking at how people change in marriage over time, and this is one of those cases. Like the way I received Bible verses at 15, 16, 18 is not the way that I got it at 25. Not how I feel about it at 30. Not how I see it at 30. So you gotta stay in the word and keep seeing it, and reading it a different way. Shoot, you could read the same thing twice in the same day and hear it and see it and feel it differently each time. So, I'm grateful that the conversations are taking place because that's very courageous. And of course, the platform that Kurt Franklin has with doing this, there are people who are fans of this rapper who raps, you know, very worldly things, and can hear him have those conversations about Christ and view him in a different way, and may even come to ask questions just because he's in that space. So there's a lot of good to take from it, but there's definitely that challenge to, hey, bro, uh, no one gets to Christ except through the Father. I mean, no one gets to the Father except through Christ. So you better you better praise him and acknowledge him, and I'm saying, because that's the direction that we want to go. There's some very very clear scripture about that.
What a thought came to mind. Why wouldn't you want to celebrate, praise, lift your brother up?
Also,
And then we could go down that road, but I'm gonna stop it there, and then I'm gonna say, you're Kev. The other thing that I was hearing about this was they were saying, well, why didn't they give start teaching the young fella? Why didn't he give him more than just that? Why didn't they dive into it? And again, it's to me, it was like the young people, they want that instant gratification. They want the instant boom, right there, right there, right there. And sometimes it takes time. You know what I'm saying? It takes time. You might even hear the answer and you just weren't ready to receive it. So you need to go back and reread and reread and re-listen. If you are truly reading and you are truly listening, then you need to do it over again because you need to study to show thyself approved. Uh, that means you need to stay in it. It's not one of those things where you just read it once and you've now reached the finish line.
Well, y'all didn't know we was going there tonight, huh? Oh yes, sir.
Yeah.
No, man. All 100% to all of that, and you know, even to the people that would say, "Well, why didn't we educate each other right then and there?" Um, it's he that has ears to hear, let him hear. Right? There's a time and a place for that. Right? If it this question went forward, so a lot of other people who weren't in that room, again, because Kirk Franklin, his platform, a lot of people weren't in that room and having this conversation, and hopefully are hearing the invitation to read it again and read again that the scripture is very, very clear. In fact, the Bible, it's pretty incredible actually. But the Bible actually is very clear on what it means. Now, people aren't always very clear on what the Bible means. To y'all's point about the interpretation, right? But the Bible is very clear on what it means. Like the Bible says what it says. So if you want to know what the Bible says, the best way to do that is to read the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Um, so um, I think sometimes though there's what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of a high mindedness, I think, right? Where you one would exalt their knowledge, if you will, above the knowledge of the word, right? And we're not supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? We're not supposed to do that. Um, as great as you may be, none of you, none of me, none of us are actually worthy. And if it weren't for the shedding of Christ's blood, we would not have a chance because none of us deserve a chance. And we should all kind of just be aware of that. I think that's very clear in the Bible. That's very clear in the Bible. Now, if that's not your thing, if you don't read that, you're not into that, then cool. That's on you. I'm not going to force you to do anything. But what I will say is that the invitation is there. It's always there. And that again, going back to your point, Rich, the seed is planted. Read it again. Read it again. Let me see this comment. Pull up this comment real quick. Watch the entire interview. What's happening, Latia, by the way?
Yeah.
Watch the whole interview. NLE is intelligent for sure. However, he was not open to listening. He spoke over others. He came off wiser than his elders. What I was just saying, right? It's possible to be an intellectual dummy. Facts. Facts.
Yeah.
Facts.
Man.
Most people that consider themselves intellectuals are exactly that, intellectual dummies.
uh, uh, One of my favorite parts about my family reunions is just the ability to sit and shut up. Um, because when you're quiet, you get wisdom, and that I mean, like even beyond the family reunions, like in general. One of the things I talked to my students about this week in honors rehearsal, one of the pieces we're doing, which is it's a Latin piece, but it's a it's a piece that's done about uh one of the passages of the Bible, and it talks about the ways of the Lord are just, but his righteousness is sweeter than honey from the honeycomb. And the composer of the piece was very intentional because, you know, in music, you can have a pickup that starts right away, even if the measure's incomplete. Instead of him doing a pickup, he did 3 beats of silence that are actually scored. And throughout the piece, there are points where there's like whole measures of silence and, you know what I'm saying, beats of silence. And I told them, like, y'all can't rush because you have to enjoy the silence. Like, the silence sets the scene. The silence is a place of enjoyment as well. You know what I'm saying? When you're silent, you can hear. And so, like, our quiet times are times for us to hear things clearly and see things clearly. And so, like I said, you know, going to family reunions, that's my quiet time because the wisdom is happening around me and it's unprompted. You know, it's very organic, like our conversations. You know, so like you got to stop for a minute and just listen because that's your best time to learn. And people, you know, what they say, we got 2 ears to listen, one mouth to talk half as much as we're listening. So, you know, that's you know, that's the way I feel. Preach the gospel, Jess.
Listen, come
Here she
through.
is.
Come
There
through.
goes my baby.
There she goes.
Yeah.
Listen, it's
It's
better
better
to
to
remain silent and be
Uh-huh.
called a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt.
The word of God for the people of God.
Woo! Woo! My goodness.
Mm-hmm.
You know, where is it? Is it the book of, is it Peter? Where it's talking about how the tongue, how the tongue is an unruly member, right? I'm, I'm just saying, right? One that can control their mouth, basically, is like one that can control the words will come out their mouths. Is I don't know. It's what was it? It's like it's a. I gotta look it up. I'm about to look it up. I'm about to look it up. Hold on. What is? One second.
So we can be clear.
Right. You know. We got to be real clear about this. But it's like a real good thing. Whatever it is, it's a very good thing to be able to control your doggone mouth. All right, hold on. All right, here we go. It's James. Okay. Yeah, it was James. James is what I was thinking of. Okay. All right. This is way too much to read right now. Anyway, look it up in the Bible, right? Control your mouth is what it say. I'm gonna find it later. I'll post it on the page. Follow us, hit the like and the subscribe. We'll get into that later. All right. But control your doggone mouth is what is what the word is also saying. But then also going back to our initial conversation about women with dealing with women with that, yap, masculine, yap, yelling, yap, emasculating, yap, energy. Like it's you're not supposed to be with that no way. we're not supposed to be with that no way. Just saying, it all lines up. It's amazing. It's amazing. Like I said, the Bible's very clear on what it says. All right, anyway. Let's move on to this viewer submission real quick. I want to get y'all feedback on this one. Let's take a look.
Meeting guys in their 30s with no kids is actually one of the biggest green flags for me. I responded, actually, that might be a red flag. Once they get to a certain age, they might be master manipulators or scared of commitment. Them niggas is the ultra players. Them niggas have created cemeteries of broken hearts and women, broken relationships. As soon as they got too close, nope, I'm out of here. Because what else have you been doing for the last 20 years?
What that shows to me, or what that would say to me as a woman, is that you have discernment, that you are not the type of person that is like quick to just, you don't jump into things that last a lifetime fast, that you will probably take your time and you really vet situations, or you probably have dated people that you realize that there's no real longevity in this, and then you'll be willing to like go and start over with somebody else. I think that's a better flex. Like, I actually think that the worst flex ever is if you in your 30s and not only do you have kids, but you have multiple kids by multiple people. I'm judging you crazy.
I know that's above that age that don't have kids, and it's definitely a red flag, because it's like you ain't never committed to nothing. You never lived with a woman. You've never been that serious enough where y'all could even have had a baby. There's a different side to that coin. You know what I mean? And it's also kind of like the no credit versus bad credit situation. Like, sometimes no credit is worse. It almost, because I don't know what you're going to do. We're on 4 episodes in a row of me saying, where do y'all find this shit?
Listen, the algorithm be algorithming. Be algorithming.
Oh man.
It be algorithming.
Just to be clear, it was the fellas that were saying that the guys over 30 were red flags.
Which is
that were never married and never had kids.
Which is insane. Actually.
And they're red. I guess I was a red flag then.
A whole red flag. We are whole red flags, bro.
I guess I was a.
My son was born in my Jesus year.
You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't have kids or get married until I was in my 30s. Okay. So.
Well. Let me say, as somebody who's the alleged green flag in this situation, that this shit ain't no fucking picnic. All right, and I can't believe that 2 dudes said that fool shit. I can't believe that came out the mouth of 2 guys. Remember when I was talking about dudes being out of order? This here's what I'm talking about. The girl, the lady was right. The young lady, I don't know her name. I'm sorry, I don't know any of the names. If you know, let me know in the comments. No disrespect, no shade. But the young lady she was the one that making any sense. She was the only one making any sense. Fellas, y'all can't be letting me down like this.
That you know they're out there.
The men out here making us look bad. Men, you can't let us down like this.
You know they're out there.
Wild times.
Dang.
Wild times.
Dang.
But you know, when you have cultures that glorify early everything and unnecessary everything, this is the product of that. I mean, and it's across the board. We're in a microwave generation. Like, listen, even when I was teaching in predominantly white area, there were a bunch of people having babies young and getting married young. And you know, some of that is sustainable. And I can almost understand it, because like they get married 22, 23, but they had been together since they were 12, 13. Like, and there are parts that are like, hey, find a very intelligent, very capable person early and stick with them. And I think there's something to be said about that. But then they were also essentially kind of guided. It's almost like an arranged marriage, but you found them and then your parents arranged it. So like that was kind of wild to see. But like the number of early pregnancies I saw in predominantly white area because the kids had too much freedom. Like, oh yeah, no, it's cool if your boyfriend is in your room with the door closed while we here. Like, and I'm more offended than than they are.
I'm mad
You
right now.
know,
I'm mad
yeah,
about it right now.
yeah, like just wild times. So like, ah, but I guess those were the green flags because it happened early. Because post 30 with no kids is a red flag. All right. This why they closing Six Flags, because y'all don't know what to do with y'all flags.
that was a good one, bro.
Mm.
that was that was a good. That was that was a real good. But yeah though. But for real though. But for real though. I can't get down with it. All right. All right.
Sounds like they should have did more soaking on that side, huh? Google it. Just not on your work computer.
Please,
Not on
please.
your work computer.
I beseech thee, do not do that on your work computer.
It's not safe. It's not safe.
Somebody gonna put their hand on your shoulder. Hey, go ahead and log out for me. HR would like to have a word with you. Go ahead and log out for me real quick. Matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and log out for you.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
log you out.
yeah. If you cannot touch that,
Your things will be waiting for you at the front door.
yeah. This keyboard is sticky. What?
What? Oh no. Oh,
man.
Yeah.
We are a sick people.
We are sick people.
Oh, man.
Wow. Oh man. Where was it? I forgot what the hell I was saying. All right. One more. Whoa, boy. All right. This one. I ain't saying nothing. I'm gonna just play it. Let's go.
You got 4 wives. Yes, indeed. What kind of pressure? You definitely got to have a bag to have 4 wives. You have to. I mean, there's a mindset that the woman has to have in order to be able to share a man. If you got 4 women that want Birkin bags, you got the wrong 4. Like, straight. So they got a different mentality.
It's community, it's family. It's like a village where everybody do something. Everybody got a job. If you the only person taking care of everything, you doing it wrong.
Did you have to do an interview? How the hell did you know? How did you do this? And how did you do it 4 times?
After my divorce, my very public, very ugly divorce, I realized that just through being dishonest, I hurt a lot of people. And I decided at that moment, I don't never want to be the reason nobody feel like that ever again. So from that moment, I was like, I'm going to just keep it a buck with everybody about everything, be it good, bad, ugly, whatever. I'm going to keep it a buck. All right, don't ask me if the dress make you look fat if you don't really want to hear the answer, because I'm going to tell you straight up, right? So one of the ones that I'm with been around a little longer than the other ones. So I basically just sat her down like, listen, you know I rock with you. We've been rocking for forever. I love you. I do. But it ain't just you. I'm also rocking with this one and this one.
So a man can love more than one woman.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I just want him to say, yo, Jay, I'm throwing you out this motherfucker. Yo, Jay, let him ask the fucking question.
I didn't say
Got
nothing.
4 wives. The man answer the question.
You ever see somebody interrupt and then tell you to be quiet?
Because you like, you can love more than one woman.
You can
This is the
absolutely
shit
love more
men
than one
won't
woman.
say. Married men will not say that.
I'm gonna let Kev go first.
Please.
I'm fighting for my life here. Hey, so listen, what I respect to Neo. Respect to Neo, because listen, he said I kept it a buck. So if and granted, this ain't the lifestyle that we subscribing to. So, to all of our viewers who are perfect and your space is reserved in heaven in the front parking lot, we are not making reference to y'all. What I'm saying is honesty is the best policy. So, because a lot of, you know what I'm saying, a lot of YNs be like, oh yeah, I'm a player, you know what I'm saying? I handles mine. I got all my women in line, and they be like lying to one woman to talk to another woman and then lie to that woman to, you know what I'm saying, blah, 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 blah. So if he's saying, I told this one that this is like this and this the way that I'm moving, and clearly it got to be like that because I've seen, multiple videos where they're all in the same place at the same time, just a loving on each other. So if that works for him and he's honest with everybody, and like he said, it's community feel, like the aspects of that I respect it just because, like I said, it's coming from an honest place. And if that's like, he had a marriage, and it's crazy because I actually like kind of ran up on his Instagram live when he proposed to her, which they like got engaged and then married after he had already like had an affair. So like it was just in him to kind of live that lifestyle, and then he went in a different direction. So like if he realizes, what I thought I was gonna be is not it, and this is what I am, like that level of honesty is respectable just because it's a level of honesty that, that's player. That is literally player. Here's what it is, take it or leave it. I'm gonna take it. That's player. You know what I'm saying? So like I respect him in that regard. But I am Jada Kiss in the moment. Like, how you what how so you like four times? Like what, you know what I'm saying? My mind is blown. You know what I'm saying? Cause like what?
Bro said, how did you do this? How did you do this 4 times?
4 times.
Uh, so man, listen, you got to be careful what you ask for. Okay, you got to be careful what you ask for. You know, he 4 times you got married. Did it? Is it? Was it? Is it legally binding? Well, okay. Is it? Listen, 4 times. Okay, I just want you to know that my wife and I said till death do us part. Okay, but God forbid something. I'm talking about. God forbid something happens. Okay, uh, I'm not doing this again. This is no. Don't get me wrong. It's been a. This has been. This is like unimaginable. Like the best. Like I couldn't even imagine. Having a greater spouse, a greater wife. Like this is like. It's also work. Okay, understand that you got to take. Look, it's not always just fireworks. You know, it's work, right? It's a journey. And no, not gonna do the work. Not gonna do it again. Not gonna do it again. But he did 4 times. 4 times. Listen, it might sound good, but that's what works for him. Don't you get out here. Don't you get out here and try to be you. He's also Neo, right? Ain't he also Neo? Okay. He talk about something you ain't necessarily got to have a bag for that, or you ain't got to necessarily have. Listen,
No, them rich people problems.
Right.
those are
People that
That's
got people that got the bag telling you
and then
that you ain't gotta have the bag. It's
yeah,
crazy.
and
not a,
then
that's
and
a
then
tax bracket.
also again, not necessarily. I'm not judging by saying this, right? I'm just pointing out the caliber of female or woman that you because you know, as I looked at them, I was like, oh, they all kind of fit like this same into this same kind of genre, if you will. Okay, and if that's what you looking for, then you know, hey, you know, whatever floats your boat, you go do you, boo boo. Okay, you go do you. Uh, yeah, but you got to know what you're getting yourself into. Okay, know
Yeah.
what you're getting yourself into.
Yeah. Two things. One, I want to point out that legally, polygamy is not recognized in America. So, chances are he just has 4 communal concubines. Which, hey man, listen, if you can afford 4 communal concubines, and those 4 communal concubines are there of their own free will, have at the communal concubines. More flesh for feasting. You know what I'm saying? um, but and that being said, I think I agree. I'm with Latino on this one. He has 4 women because he has money. If he didn't have money, he'd be struggling to find one. Clearly, considering he went from imagine going from divorcing 1 to marrying 4.
Which is a level of crazy. A level of crazy.
It's every shade of red flag possible. I agree. It's every shade of red flag imaginable.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
But again, right? It that's what you're looking for. You know, you could go out there and be number 5 if you want. You know, that's
Hey man,
that's what floats your
Nick
boat.
Cannon out here making babies all willy nilly.
You know,
So
that's what floats your boat.
That's what floats your boat.
those are rich people problems we don't know nothing about, and we probably won't know nothing about that is at least until we somehow got millions of subscribers. So tell all your friends, especially your bald head scallywag friends, to hit the like button, hit the notification. Maybe we can get to understand a variation, a level, if you will, of that kind of struggle. But
Listen,
nah.
those ladies better be living in separate houses because, Lord.
Well, I mean, you know, his house is not a traditional house. Again, his house is a tax bracket house, one that we can't afford to purchase or live in. So that house
Right.
is like four, 5 houses.
East
You
wing,
know,
west wing,
Right.
south
yeah,
wing, north wing.
South
yeah,
Wing,
Yeah,
Man House,
divisions, elevators.
yeah.
You know,
Hmm.
butlers. You know what I'm
assignments.
saying?
That's why it's communal. It's like the people got
Yeah,
assignments in the house, in their wing of the house.
I think they used his house to film Coming to America.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow, really?
I
Was that his
kid,
house?
I kid.
I'm about to
They,
say, was that
I,
his house?
I forget who's.
Wasn't
Well,
that Rick Ross? Didn't Rick, was that Rick Ross' house? Or Rick Ross
Rick,
had something to do with it,
yeah,
I
Rick
thought.
Ross. I know, like Rick Ross. I think they filmed at Rick Ross' house. I know, like
Yeah,
even
that's it.
Tyler Perry rented out his home for some movie. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? That
Mm-hmm.
that's that kind of problem. It's
yeah.
that
Yeah.
kind of problem. It
Yep.
ain't
Yep.
our problem.
Nope. Nope. We got pay rent problems. They got rent my house problem. Rent my house for a movie problem. And it's
Yeah,
cool.
yeah,
I ain't mad at it. You know? You
yeah.
know,
We do we
I'm good. I'm good where I'm at though. I'm good. I'm good with my one. I'm good with my one. I've been with my one for 9 years as of yesterday. 9 years yesterday. I've been good with my one. I ain't tripping. So whatever. It's
That's right.
whatever.
9 is a
That's
great
right.
number.
That's right.
9 is a great number. So some may fancy it the greatest number.
And happy anniversary to the both of yous.
Bon
Mm.
anniversaire.
Thank you. 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 Um, that being said, that's it, man. That's actually all we got tonight, man. Yeah, let's go, man. Good stuff. As always, bro. Like this is. I think this is a good conversation. We talking about a lot of stuff. Covered a wide variety of things. You know,
Shiz.
good. This was good for sure. So thank y'all for that, man. Kev, take us out, brother.
Hey, listen, keep running it up. Find me on IG. You see the name Immovable Force. Blow the videos up, tell my kids what a wonderful job they did, because I'll see them again on Tuesday and get to let them know that we famous. And well, I'm famous, we famous by proxy. Just a wonderful time. No, I kid. This is just a reminder that God is faithful even when we are not deserving. So all praise be to him for all the things that we have, man. We appreciate y'all being here, hanging out with us, bros. It's always good to chop it up with you all. Oh, and the one thing we didn't get to talk about, fresh off of homecoming. So shout out to all of my Morgan State family, all of my Morgan alumni. Always good to come together. We, managed to get through the weekend unscathed. And shout out to Morgan State University for the $63 million donation from Jeff Bezos' ex-wife. So, it's a wonderful time to be a Morgan State Bear. So shout out to us. Peace.
Hey, shout out, Kev. I'm glad you brought that up, man. That's huge. That is huge. So congratulations to the Morgan family. Hey man, it's time to let your light shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Get out there and grind, get out there and do it, make it happen. We appreciate you guys for joining us. Stay tuned the next time. Tell a friend to tell a friend. We appreciate y'all. And have a good week. All right. Have a good weekend. Enjoy. All right. Do it. We'll see you guys next time. All right.
You know it. Man, great stuff. Thank you guys for hanging out with us, man. We appreciate every one of you. We are gonna take a much needed pause and a break after the next episode, which will be on we scheduled for Halloween right now on the 31st, right? So, then we're going to take us a little pause for the holidays and reconnect with the families, reconnect with the kids, and, again, just kind of rest up ourselves, right? So we look forward to seeing y'all at the finale in a couple weeks, and stay tuned to social media. We'll let everybody know when we'll be back. We'll come back in a couple months or so, something like that, right? So just letting y'all know about that. We appreciate all of y'all for hanging out with us and riding with us through this whole season, through this whole kind of journey we're going on, learning how to do this in the first place. So we appreciate every single one of you. As I always like to say, I have two things to say in this case. First of all, I always like to say, man, be careful out there, because there is a world for you. There's a war for your mind. I'm straight up. There's a war for your mind. Believe none of what you hear, only half of what you see. Be careful out there. All right. Always stay skeptical. Always stay informed. Always question the narrative. I'm telling you, be ever vigilant out here. Okay, the war for your mind is real. That's the first thing I wanted to say. The next thing I wanted to say is, as I said earlier, my wife and I, we celebrated 9 years married yesterday, and so with that in mind, I wanted to share this with all you guys.
Watch this. Do you take this woman? Now that's a very important point. Do you take her? Because when you take her, you are taking her from them. That means that at best, his name will be hyphenated, if not dropped. And before you take my daughter's name, my name off my daughter, I gotta know you mean what you say. Because my name got her through college. And my name got her this far. And my name got her first car. And my name has covered her all her life. And you ain't gonna just walk up here and take her and not mean it. Your name has gotta mean the good God. Don't play with me here. I gotta know you mean it. You ain't gonna drop my name and then drop her. Do you take her for better or for worse? Do you take her for richer or for poorer? Do you take her in sickness and death? Or are you going to just take her till something better comes along and you're going to take that? Because if you're going to do that, then get out my face. You can't have her. She needs to be just as safe as you, with you, as she was with them. Do you take her? Yeah. Will you take her when her breasts are reduced or they're cut off to save her life? Will you take her when you have to push her around in a wheelchair? Will you take her when she loses her mind and she doesn't even recognize who you are? Will you take her for better or for worse? Forever. Will you love her to death? That's what marriage is. This ain't no game. Can I trust you forever? Or is it based on my performance? I perform in the bedroom, perform in the boardroom, you bring the money home. Does his muscles have to be like the old boyfriend's muscles? Or do you take him just as he is forever? And then can we be naked and not ashamed? Can I tell you what I've been hiding from everybody else? Can you handle what they did to me when I was too little to protect myself? I don't know who I'm talking to in here. And can you handle that? See, some of y'all in these little petty relationships, you ain't got no commitment. You with the woman till she don't make you happy no more. Marriage is forever. You hear what I'm saying? Little punk commitments we making. It's forever. When it says I take you, that means I got you. Y'all can go home.
I got you, baby. From day one until the day it's all over. I just wanted to say that publicly. Love you, babe. Love my family. Love you guys. Love the squad. That is it. We are out of here, man. Well, that's it. We done. Let's get it in.
He just threw an alley-oop off the backboard because we
how we
know
do it.
a slam dunk is happening as soon as the camera gets cut off.
You know what time it is.
Yeah, that's an alley-oop off the backboard.
Have you ever been swallowed?
Yep.
Platypus is a metaphor for whatever's keeping you down. Like corporations are a platypus. Government's a platypus. Your teacher is a platypus. My teacher is a panda. Society is a platypus. My parents are a platypus. The media is a platypus. All this propaganda that we all got a platypus controlling us. It's me. I stopped it nowadays. I'm not speaking metaphorically. The platypus controlling me is underneath the table. Wait, no, he's gone. Hey, there's no platypus controlling me. There's no platypus controlling me.